Hey everybody, my name is Brenda Tringali. I am a professional organizer, the owner of At Your Fingertips Organizing. Welcome to this week's quick video of New Week, New Organized You. So as you probably know about my videos, each month I take on a new theme and each week I give you a tip related to that theme. My theme for November has been how to better prepare yourself or your kitchen for the holidays. And week one I talked about how to store plastic bags. Week two, I talked about how to reduce or even prevent them from coming into your home at all. Week three, I talked about plastic storage containers. And this week, the final week in November, I am talking about food. So here are some common problems that my clients face relating to food in their refrigerator and or food pantry. Number one, the food is expired, but they don't know that until they go to use it, and then they can't use it. Number two, they bought items while they're at the market without realizing that they already had duplicates or triplicates at home. Problem number three, they have no place to put the food once they come back from food shopping because the refrigerator and or food pantry are full. So here are some guidelines that I personally follow, especially when I'm expecting dinner guests for major holidays like Thanksgiving. And particularly when I'm buying more food than usual. So these may seem basic, but you would be surprised at how many people don't follow these. So the first thing I do is I clean out my fridge, not only so it's spotless, but I also use that as an opportunity to get rid of items that are no longer good, that are taking up that valuable real estate in my refrigerator. So how do I do this? So I remove the shelves, the drawers, I remove everything and literally wash it from top to bottom so it's nice and clean. While I'm in there, I look at any leftovers that are in there and I toss the ones that are no longer good. I also look at expiration dates and I toss the items that are questionable. And actually, those dates are called date labeling phrases, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Also, last but not least, if I toss an item that needs to be replaced, or if I think of something that I want or need to buy while I'm cleaning the fridge, I immediately add it to my food shopping list. I don't think to myself, oh, I'll remember and I'll do it later, because I won't. So that's my tip, or another tip. Don't wait till later. It may not happen. You may forget. So how do you know which foods to keep and which foods to toss? Well, I am so glad you asked. So I want to talk a little bit about date labeling phrases since they're very confusing. And in fact, I'm going to attach a link to an article by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service, and it contains a lot of great information. So there are 4 different dates that I want to focus in on. The first one is best if used by or before. So that indicates when a product will be of its best flavor or quality. It's not a purchase date, it's not a safety date. The next one is the sell-by date. So that tells us how long the store can display or should display the product for sale for inventory management. Again, that is not a safety date. The third one is the use-by date, and that is the last date recommended for use of the product while it's at its peak quality. It's not a safety date except for when it's used on infant formula, and that is elaborated on in the article that I'm attaching. And then the last date I want to reference is the freeze-by date, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it indicates when a product should be frozen by to maintain that peak quality. Again, it's not a purchase date or a safety date. So keep those definitions in mind when you're deciding what to do with your food items. So let's see. So Thanksgiving is a few days away. We are expecting family. So this morning I decided to give my own fridge a nice cleaning and inventory before I go off food shopping. So when I was done, I decided to make some orange Jell-O for a snack tonight. Now maybe this is a little bit too much information, but I just have to share this funny story. So I made the Jell-O, poured it into cups, and placed it on the top shelf of my refrigerator so it would become firm. And then what did I do? In my haste to move on to the next thing on my to-do list, I accidentally knocked over one of the cups of Jell-O. And oh my God, what happened? Jell-O was everywhere. So it was not only all over the shelf, but it also went flying up against the back wall of the refrigerator. So my refrigerator was literally orange. It was orange, all the way from the top down to the bottom. So I literally had to pull everything out again and clean my refrigerator a second time. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because, well, for a couple of reasons. Number one of my legacies is I've decided to keep the memory of my mother, Emma, my father, Joe, and my wonderful brother, Joe, alive. Keep their legacies alive. They were just such wonderful people. And I talk about my mom a lot during these videos because she loved to cook and I inherited that from her. But anyway, so my mother had a couple of sayings, which was haste makes waste. So, again, Brenda, you were in too much of a rush and look what happened in your refrigerator. You wasted time. But last but not least, I love this one. Mom would always say, what would she say? She would say, Brenda, that should be your biggest problem in life. And you know what? Doesn't that put it all into perspective? A little spilt jello, it's nothing. So anyway, that is it for this week. So please tune in next week to learn what my theme will be for December and to watch another fascinating video. Please remember that my goal is to educate you every week on how to get more organized and productive at work, home, and in life so that you save time, save money, and so the things you need are at your fingertips. And if you know of others who could benefit from my weekly videos, please share this, and please know that I am so, so grateful to you for watching, for all of your support. I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.